Hi, I'm Brenda Alfano. I'm a mortgage advisor with Capstone Home Loans, and this is
Lori De Silva with Remax Elite, and we are here today to talk about Market Chat.
so Lori. We're talking to our clients all the time, and they're always asking us all sorts of questions about the market,
Right.
both for real estate and mortgages. So, what are some of the things you're hearing these days that are alarming people, say, or getting them nervous about what's going on?
Right. So I am still having people ask me, when is the bubble going to happen, or are we going to crash? And most experts, I don't have a crystal ball, but most experts are saying we are not going to see the crash that we saw before. I can give a couple of reasons right now. I brought my piece of paper so I can go over that.
Yeah, because people are wanting to know. So it'd be helpful to be able to relay that to my clients. Why would we not be in a crash? Why are we not in a bubble like we were
Right.
at the last
Right.
crash? Or at the crash, not the last crash, at the crash.
Yes. So in 2008, we had very fast rising inventory. We have low inventory right now, right? We had lots of new construction in 2008. We do not have that this year in this area. We had a flood of foreclosures and short sales and rising unemployment, which is not the case. And prices were up 50% in 1 year. And prices have not increased that much. But the biggest, I feel, was in 2008, we had a lot of subprime lending. And I thought maybe you could elaborate on the subprime lending.
Right. Actually, it ended in 2008. We had the subprime lending in the years following the previous recession. So up until 2008. So what is subprime lending? Well, subprime lending is when somebody doesn't qualify for a traditional mortgage, of a conventional mortgage, because credit scores are way too low, somewhere below 620, they're going to go towards a subprime product. Okay. Well, back then, the subprime product was 100% financing or a first and a second. You could have hardly any, your credit score could be in the high 500s. The rate was high, but people were able, with literally no good credit and hardly any money to put down, getting into a house for up to 100% financing. Those were not very stable loans, and those loans were uh, interest only or negative amortization, meaning even less than interest only. And then they would adjust in, say, a year or so, and those folks could not afford those payments, causing the amount of foreclosures, right, and then of course short sales. And then there's also alt A financing, which was the world between subprime and prime being better credit, up in the more upper 600s. And so there was that as well. Same situation going on with those. And so when people couldn't make those payments, when they adjusted, because these were adjustable rate mortgages for the most part, when people couldn't make those payments, guess what happened? They went into foreclosure. And then they couldn't sell them because they had a first and a second and the market had crashed. And we're not anywhere near that kind of a situation now.
Right. Actually, many people have a lot of equity in their home this year compared to back then.
Absolutely.
So,
right.
Big difference.
Big difference. Yeah. I wanted to touch a little, if I could, on interest rates, because that seems to be making people a little bit nervous, which I understand. Yes, the rates are higher than they were in 2020, 2021. There's just no way of getting around that. They've gone up quite a bit. But it's interesting. I was doing some research, and it showed during the years of 2002 to 2008, which is after the recession in 2001, before the crash, guess where interest rates were? Mid fives and low sixes.
Oh gosh.
Basically where we are today.
Right.
Because we're almost just about there. Depends on the day. They're going all over the place, up and down, but they're mostly staying in that range, and we anticipate them to be coming down in the future. We don't have a crystal ball, so we don't know when that's actually going to happen. But that's the gurus we listen to are telling us in the future we will see them lower. Will we see them where we were in 2020, 2021? No one anticipates that, because that was an anomaly, actually. But if you got in, good job.
Right. And that's what I talk to my clients about a lot is they were saying, they felt, a lot of buyers felt like they missed the market, but really the last 2 years were an anomaly, right? And this is kind of, I guess, more normal, right? We actually have a lot of buyers that are starting to look for homes again. It was very slow, I would say maybe end of September through early January, but we have seen an increase in buyers attending open houses. We're starting to see a few multiple offers, and not like we were last year, but I think people are kind of getting used to the fact that this is what the interest rates are. So,
right. And I'm seeing that as well on my side, where more people, I'm getting a few more calls, a few more referrals. People are ready to shop again a little bit. So that's exciting that we're finally starting. And it's not as competitive. It's not as scary to the buyers is what I'm hearing as it was before. And I also hear, some people say, well, values can't go up anymore, but I am hearing that they're going to continue going up. And why would that be? And are you hearing the same thing?
Yeah, home values in this area. I mean, we have a really decent employment rate in the state. And so we don't expect to lose a lot of value on homes. As a matter of fact, the increase may slow down a bit, but it is not going down that we can see at this point.
And I did see some statistics across the country that seems to be true across our country, because we all have the same problem, is lack of inventory. Lack of inventory, that's the biggie, because, supply and demand, that's the same old story.
Right.
Anything else you want to tell us this week about the market?
Not this week. I could talk all day about things going on in the market. So I think maybe we should save some of that for another market chat.
For our next market chat.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us. We're really excited that you were here. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're going to have our phone numbers posted as well as our emails. And so please reach out and give us a shout, and we'll be happy to talk further about what we talked about today.
And thanks for watching.